OK, right. I want to talk about someone else who was once very powerful in football, Abramovich, Roman Abramovich. Right. He was forced to sell Chelsea. The Americans came in, Bowley and Clear Lake Capital paid what, 3.5 billion, 2.5 billion?
2.5 billion.
2.5 billion. And we were told that money would go to the people who were affected by the war between Russia and Ukraine. Now, Abramovich was clear that meant Russians as well as Ukrainians. So we've all been sitting there going, right, that's gone to help people. You told me earlier that's not the case, so tell everybody else.
The money that was raised from Roman Abramovich being forced to sell Chelsea, about £2.5 billion, that money was supposed to go to the victims of the war in Ukraine. Almost 3 years after the sale, that money is still sitting frozen in a UK bank account.
How can that be?
Well, we've been speaking to the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office today, and that is the question I put to them. I said, why is this money, £2.5 billion, that was supposed to go to Ukraine, still sitting in a UK bank account? They said this government is working hard to ensure the proceeds reach humanitarian causes in Ukraine as quickly as possible. The proceeds are currently frozen in a bank account while a new independent foundation is established to manage and distribute the money. UK officials continue to hold discussions with Mr. Abramovich's representatives, experts and international partners, and we will double down on our efforts to reach a resolution.
What's the hold-up?
I will tell you what the hold-up is. The hold-up is that the UK government want this money to go to victims of the war in Ukraine. Whereas Roman Abramovich, I think he went on the record 3 years ago when he was forced to sell Chelsea, he said he wanted the money to go to all the victims of the war. And I think that would include possibly victims of the war in Russia as well. Now, I think for the UK government, that is a red line. The UK government want the money only to go to Ukraine. So I think that is why we have hit this impasse. And that is why no progress has been made for 3 years. But the UK government telling us today that they will double down on their efforts to reach a resolution, because it is ludicrous, almost incredible and unthinkable that 3 years after Roman Abramovich was forced to sell Chelsea because he was sanctioned by the UK government of the time, led by the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, 3 years later, that money has not gone to Ukraine. That money is still sitting frozen in a bank account.